Hey everybody, it's Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring, and today is Thursday, May 30th, 2024. How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Apologize I haven't been able to put videos out last couple days, the intraday videos. I had some computer problems, but anyway, got it all taken care of, and I wanted to share a nice little short trade that I had with you today on the SPY, on the SPY, on the 5 minutes. One of the setups I really have been using a lot and that I really like is a break of a trend line. And you can see here we have a swing low, here we have a swing low, and that kind of dovetails with this one. But you draw that line out, and once the market, or in this case the SPY, breaks the trend line, a lot of people will short just on a trend line break, which they may have to go through a little discomfort for a minute, but the way that I like to, if they just do it when it breaks, but what I like is when you have the trend line, you break the trend line. Now that trend line above you is the resistance, and one of my favorite things to do is when you have the break of the trend line, wait for it to check back to the trend line, and that's often where you will have the resistance. So the bar before broke the trend line. Right when it got back essentially to the trend line, I got short at 524.99. Now I always place two stops. I place an emergency stop and I place an end of day stop. Well, the emergency stop, or the end of day, or the end of bar stop, I always want to place it as close as I can. And if we would have broken back above or closed above this high here at 525.14, that simply would have been my stop. And, it certainly could have just gone back up there, and it tried to. I got short and immediately went up. I was like, oh, well, this is going to be a quick trade. But my end of days, or my end of bar stop, was simply a close above this high. That was the key. And so that was my end of bar stop. I always place my emergency stop 2 ATRs above my entry, and I'm only going to hit that about 5% of the time. 95% of the time, if I do hit the stop, it's simply going to be a closer stop, which would just be a close above this high here. But you can see intra-bar, we did go above, and I thought, well, I'm going to have to just get out. But it tested it, rejected it, came back down, kept me in the trade. So end of bar stop, 2 ATR stop. My profit target, I always want it to be, for me, my personal preference is always going to be at least two times what my worst case scenario is going to be. My worst case scenario is 2 ATRs. So my best case scenario is going to be 4 ATR profit target. Twice what my worst case scenario is going to be is my 4 ATR profit target. So let's see, what do we have here? What do we make on the trade? About $1.32 and 78 cents. So yeah, just about twice. And so that's what happened. I got short here at 524.99. About 35 minutes later, we had a big move down on this big kind of washout bar. I just had the order in, and I almost got it right at the bottom. Now, that being said, it went a lot lower than that during the day, but it was a great trade of, what did I just say it was? Yeah, about $1.34 to the downside in a half an hour. So yeah, nice, good trade, but hope this is helpful. Just kind of show you that when you do break a trend line to the downside, if it comes back up to that trend line, very often it's going to have some issues there. So this was a nice, good trade. Hope it was helpful. If it was helpful, I appreciate if you could hit the thumbs up button. Really helps out the channel. If you'd like to learn more about my trading and the strategies that I use, of course, I have the videos during the week of the intraday stuff that I do. But on the weekends, I have my weekend review podcast, the Gossett Trading and Mentoring Weekend Review podcast, where I go through all of the daily swing trades, all of the weekly swing trades that I've had, when I entered, why I entered, what was the strategy or what was the confluence of signals, and how I am going to manage the trade. And in addition to that, I always look at the coming week, go through my watch list, and look for the swing trades that I'm looking for. And those are the levels and those are the markets in the podcast that I go over and say, okay, you know, if Apple does this, and I'm going to do that. If Microsoft does that, I'm going to do this. But I think you'll find it helpful. And so if you have some time on the weekend, check it out. But I really appreciate you being here, and hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.